do it. Down to do it. Down to do it. This is Lee Dort and I'm down to dunk. This is Lee Dort and I'm down to do it.
I'm Josh Giddey and I'm down to dunk. Hey, this is Kenny Hustle and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Darius Baisley and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Mike Muscala and I'm down to dunk.
This is Poku and I'm down to dunk.
I love cereal. Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Oh, I can have these. I'm gonna share with my team, but I'm gonna hog most of them.
Good morning and welcome to episode 7 of Down to Dunk. You can find us on The Athletic and anywhere else you subscribe to your podcast. Go to theathletic.com/down2dunk and get The Athletic for 30% off. I am Luke, joined this morning by Andrew.
But I gotta say, I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Woo!
Slam through.
Taylor.
Who am I gonna lean on when times get rough? Who's gonna talk to me till the sun comes up? Who's gonna take your place? There ain't nobody there. Oh, baby, we've slam through.
And Jay.
It is Jay.
It is Jay.
It's back. The boys are all back.
You
Feels so
remember.
good. So good. Boys are back in town.
Guess he just got back today.
We're back. Guys, it feels good.
Does feel
I haven't
good.
seen Jay in years.
Months.
Last year.
Months.
Last year.
It's been 2021.
It has been, man.
It's been forever. And you look great.
Thanks.
You look better than ever.
On a version to the best version of myself.
Oh, fresh
Wow.
haircut. Part of that fresh
Got a,
haircut.
I was
uh,
gonna say he's a big haircut boy.
Got a 20-year reunion
Mm.
in our 22nd year since high school.
Does that make you
Oh.
48?
I turned 40 on April 24th.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Wow.
Where is your 20th year,
Happy birthday.
22nd year?
Yeah.
where
How is it 20?
You okay? We're gonna be at
Did you graduate when you were 20?
no, hold on a second. We are gonna be at oh man, the place that has all the restaurants down across from what used to be Blue Garden.
Yeah, Dave and Buster's.
Yep, Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
So
Great.
Lucky Star Casino.
I can't remember what it's called. Anyway,
Collective.
Collective,
Fun.
the Hoop Collective. So we're supposed to have it.
Wendy's house.
We're supposed to have it in Omaha, which is
Yeah.
always the weirdest thing about Brian Windhorst. I don't know if it's the weirdest thing, but it is shocking every time I hear it.
It's one of the weirdest.
But we,
things.
I graduated in 2000, and so our 20-year reunion is supposed to be like right when COVID happened, and so we postponed it for 2 years.
Man.
I know, man. Yeah, it's exciting.
Graduating pre 9/11. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. The world's totally different.
Man, I can't even imagine. Because that was my first, me and Andrew's first 2 weeks of high school.
It's true.
9/11 was.
9/11.
9/11.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, the Thunder continue to lose games, which is good,
Yep.
and it looks like we're not going to see Kenrich Williams or Ty Jerome for a minute.
Or Muscala.
I mean, Muscala. I have a prediction with somebody else that we have seen the last of Mike Muscala.
No.
This season.
Yeah.
Mike Muscala, born pre 9/11.
True.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's 30.
He's 30.
I mean,
Club 30.
born pre 9/11 is
Jay, born pre 9/11.
most everybody,
Oh,
but not
think.
everybody.
yeah.
Everybody here.
Not for long.
I know someone.
meant-
I know someone that was born post 9/11.
Your daughter.
Your baby.
Oh yeah, her too.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, I get nervous about this team winning games, and so I was relatively pleased to see them lose to San Antonio because you never know with San Antonio. Although they kind of look like a good team.
They're pretty good. Yeah. They've got pieces that fit.
The Thunder so clearly not having a low post presence on purpose
Yeah.
is a really helpful thing. Because there were a few moments where Jakob Poeltl basically kept that game for the Spurs, where it's like, and a tip out,
Like
and a
17
rebounds.
rebounds.
Yeah, it was like constantly one of those things. Like, thank you so much, Sam, for not giving them a legitimate low post player, because Isaiah Roby was getting smashed in that game.
Yeah,
smacked.
Pop said that Poeltl was an all-star that night. It's like, yeah, against this team, you could be an all-star if you played against Isaiah Roby every night.
Which is just
You might
another thing
be
where it's like,
all-star
Knicks,
starter.
what were you doing? Like, Knicks are a dumpster fire, which is perfect that Fred Katz is covering them right now.
Yeah.
Poor
Kind
Fred.
of like between Mitchell Robinson and Randall, like the Thunder should have not had a rebound.
Dude, Mitchell Robinson was not impressive in that game at
Mitchell
all.
Robinson is not good and hasn't been good. And I don't understand why anybody thinks he's good. He just puts up stats.
Knicks.
Yeah.
Is he kind of like Andre Drummond?
No, Andre Drummond's
He's
good.
kind of
Drummond always just he put up great stats
Yeah.
with Detroit, and I'm not sure he's ever was.
yeah, he's poor man's Andre Drummond.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He's not a good player.
I just had this. He has this reputation of being a rim protector, at least.
Yeah. He just
And
sells out for blocks.
Man. But like, oh my God, that defense was so bad.
It's bad. It's really bad.
The Thunder are 18-40 heading into the All-Star break. Puts them firmly in the reverse standings at 4. If you're going to project how the rest of the season rolls, you still feeling confident in 4?
I feel less confident in 4 than I did a week ago, just because I think the Pacers have a chance to get there. However, I did find out that the Pacers' strength of schedule is much easier than OKC's moving forward.
I just
which
ran
helps.
a text on, and it's good for us.
That's really good. Yeah, they have actually the easiest schedule the rest of the season. The Pacers do. They have, I think,
That's really good.
they have a 4-game road trip that is Orlando, Detroit, Washington,
Perfect.
which is very helpful for the Thunder. So, yeah, we need Indy to win for me to feel comfortable. That's really the only team I'm worried about now that the Portland Trailblazers
Are going to get to the play-in.
like that. They're in the play-in right now. They would be in the play-in if everything ended
And
today.
then the other news this week that I'm not sure what this does to impact the Thunder, but Zion Williamson potentially having another foot surgery.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is it potential? I thought it was happening.
it's gonna happen. There's a standoff currently.
It's kind of sad to start seeing all the Odin KD stuff for Zion and Ja.
Yeah. I mean, and it's funny because there is like another Kevin Durant element to it. Is that Kevin Durant had the same foot injury, but had to have it operated on twice.
Mm.
And a lot of times that navicular bone has to be operated on twice.
Excuse me?
So
I didn't know you could say
Navicular
that
bone.
word on here.
Brooke Lopez had the same surgery, man.
Yeah.
It's okay. Except for now he
Mhm.
has back problems, but that's just
Yeah, except for
that's
both.
just being a giant.
And both of them did a lot in their career before they had this. And Zion's just been hurt
yeah,
the whole
it's-
time.
It is very concerning. However, he's gonna get that max extension this summer,
Oh, yeah.
and he's gonna sign it.
How much money? I'll look up how much money Greg Oden made.
Not this much.
Not this much.
Not this much. He never got a max.
I don't think he did.
I'm sure he
No.
didn't get a max.
No.
But Zion is about to, which is kind of wild. And,
It's hard. It's because you know that as soon as you would not sign him to the max, he would go play somewhere else and immediately be healthy.
Yeah.
It's like the Pelicans couldn't ever get Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson healthy. And then they're like, all right,
Right.
just move them to Houston. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, guess what? We're going to have 2 years of perfect health and be great for them.
Yeah, and I guess that's why if you're the Pelicans, you do just have to give the extension and hope that it works out.
They're kind of a cursed franchise. Like if you were going to say, I think the Kings are the maybe worst franchise in the NBA.
Definitely.
The
are.
Pelicans are pretty rough.
Yeah,
It's rough.
it's really rough.
They've had luck. I mean, they've had luck in the lottery, but
But it doesn't matter so far, right? They lost their
What was
best
the
player
best
ever.
thing- what
Well,
was
they
the-
lost their 2 best players ever. Chris Paul
Anthony
Yeah.
Davis.
and Anthony Davis both wanted out eventually.
In the last 10 years, what was the highest achievement?
For the Pelicans,
It had to be that playoff run when they had Drew and Rondo.
And they swept the
Blazers.
They swept the Blazers and got beat by the Warriors.
Yeah.
That was probably best.
That's the Warriors team that went on to, I think that's the one that lost to the Raptors, right? Or my year later?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I think this was earlier on.
Maybe. Anyway.
17? 18?
Yeah, I don't know. And it's apparently carried on with Anthony Davis because the other news of the week is Anthony Davis is made out of paper mache.
He just came back. And then, did you watch the clip?
No.
Dude,
I tried to avoid watching going back and rewatching.
It is really bad.
It's really bad. Like if an X-ray comes back and it's like, oh no, it's just a sprain.
That's what they said.
I will be shocked.
Last night it came out.
It did come back and it was just a sprain.
4-week midfoot sprain.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, not as fragile as I thought he was.
Yeah.
Because that thing was.
You thought like, hey, he's going to lose his foot.
I thought
completely turned.
It was so bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Well, and he's 4 weeks. You're going to have one of those weeks that's going to be the All-Star week. The Lakers, I don't really want to talk about them because they are exhausting to talk about, but
yeah,
they're the
they're
worst.
going to be in trouble.
They're the absolute worst.
They're already in trouble.
Mm-hmm. And they don't have their pick, which is just funny.
That's great.
Man, that could be a pick. So the Grizzlies own their pick, right?
Yes.
I wonder what the protections are, but the Grizzlies don't need that. They don't need another draft pick in the lottery.
You know how many people
they do. They do.
In the sense of making a move with it.
No, I mean, I think they could use another guy to develop.
They got so many guys.
They could use like another featured guy.
You could, because think of it, Jay. Like if they next year, are they a championship contender? Same team,
Grizz?
Yeah.
Yeah. All the vibes are great now.
Right.
If they go out in round 1 this year, and then maybe go out in round 1 or round 2 next year, and it doesn't look like they're at the top, and some other team has risen to the top. Like everything is gravy right now with the Grizzlies, and until they can't progress, and then it's like, well, what are they? You know?
Yeah. And so much of it depends on both Ja and Jaren Jackson's development over the course of the next year, and they're still really young. And I do wonder what you would do. Like, so what I'm thinking of with a team like that, I don't think the Thunder really necessarily are in play with something like this, but that Lakers pick this year could turn into a pick at the draft that if you have one glaring hole in your team, right? Like whether it's a power forward, I'm trying to think of their roster. I know it's like I didn't mean to say it.
Jay is like fully back.
You never
Welcome
mean
back.
to say it. You never mean to.
But if they have like one part of their roster that needs an upgrade, they could use that easily to get that. Like that could be a really valuable top 10 lottery pick that you could move to make, you know, your roster even more solidified. It depends how much they're ready to go more in for kind of that championship contention kind of thing. But I think they're really good, obviously.
And let me ask you this: is Ja a top 10 player right now?
I don't know if he's top 10. We'd have to go through him. But I mean, if
he's
not top 25, he's an all-star.
He's probably top 10.
So he's like maybe
All-star
squeaking
starter,
in top
right?
10. Where's Jaren Jackson? Is Jaren Jackson considered the second best player on that team?
Him or Bane, probably.
Him or Bane, right? Okay, let's take either of them. Are either of them top 25?
No.
Then they need another guy.
Yeah, agreed. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying they could use another guy to develop. That's why I like them swinging for Zaire Williams and just seeing if that works. And they may get another chance to do that, which is kind of cool.
Cool. Good job, Grizz.
It's pretty easy right now to root for them, but I could easily see that if the Thunder hit in the next draft or two and start the process of rebuilding, like you could see some of those returns to how Memphis and Oklahoma City were always that battle, you know, for kind of that second.
And now we're going to be like the slow, unathletic team, and they're going to be like the mega athletes. It's going to be fun.
How the turntable.
That'll be great. I just watched the Anthony Davis video, injury video.
Oh, yeah?
It hurt so bad he started doing somersaults.
He did, yeah.
That's
he rolled
when you know you're
around.
in pain.
That's when you know you're hurt.
When you stub your toes so bad and you just are hopping around the house, like you can't stand still.
On the way here this morning, I got in my car. and didn't get in my car, just kneed my car. It just full speed. It hurt so
It's like
bad.
those moments where you're like, I want to punch a hole through the wall.
Yeah.
Like it hurts so bad. It's like, why does this hurt as badly as it does?
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's where all your nerves are.
yeah,
Mm.
in my
No, the
knee.
second most nerves.
Hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. I cussed. I'll say
What?
that. Uh-huh.
What did you cuss?
That's so rare for you.
What was the cuss?
That is an F.
Oh,
It was an F.
It was an F.
man.
So
And I know you
like
don't like to
loud?
say that. I know you don't like to say
Pretty
it.
loud. Pretty loud in my parking garage.
did it echo through?
It probably did, but I was not really focusing on that. But and then
That's too bad.
because I was also really, it was kind of in like a dirt spot, so I was trying not to fall over.
A dirt spot?
He's got dirt spots in his
Got
garage.
dirt.
parking garage?
Kind of, it had frozen. Water had gotten in, it had frozen. Now it's kind of muddy, dirty.
Okay.
Yeah, you know,
His parking garage, every level is a different like texture, or
but it's a different
material.
biome. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like I was in.
Yeah, I parked in Jungle 14.
Yeah. That one's
Had to
like
drive through
that one's like
sand.
Dagobah. The one above it's Hoth. The one above it is Tatooine. It's like that.
Dude,
Wow.
that's cool.
Uh-huh.
So a few questions. One, the Thunder are currently 18-40. Their over-under is 23.5. What are you taking today? Over or under?
Ooh,
23.5.
God, probably over.
I'll go under.
I'm going under.
Man,
I think you're going to see some levers pulled, man.
They've been pulling.
So they have what,
levers.
24 games left? Is that right? 58. They played 58. So whatever that math is. Yeah.
what was so last year when they really tanked it out? What
Yeah.
was the freaking win loss?
Oh,
They-
in their
they
worst
lost like
section.
20 out of 22 or something like
They had
that.
20.
Was it that
they had
good?
20 wins at one point,
Yeah.
and it looked like, and I think their over/under was 22.5 last
And they
year.
came in under?
Yeah.
Dang.
But that was like a dramatic lever pull.
Right.
Like, hey, guess
Yeah.
what? Shea has a convenient foot injury, and now nobody else is going to
And we
play.
didn't have
Yeah.
Josh Giddey.
Poku,
Mhm.
here are the keys.
Yeah.
Poku, Teo Maladone, good luck.
Okay, so then this year, Shea gets hurt. Let's say Shea's out the rest of the year, which he won't be, but let's just
I don't think
assume he
will
would.
be. Yeah.
Would they be as bad as they were last year? I don't think so.
No.
I think they'd still get
No.
6 or 7 games.
I don't know about that, though. I think the important reminder is like this team is still 18-40. Like we watch this team play, and every night where it's almost every night it's competitive. And so we're just like, man, this team is pretty good.
I
Like,
know.
and so you're like, maybe they're around 500, or you look
Thunder
like, oh
Twitter.
no, they're 18-40.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Thunder-
really bad.
Thunder Twitter tries to talk themselves to like, we're really close. Like, we're really close. No, we have the 4th worst record in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's
But it does feel like it's on purpose, which is nice.
And
mean,
it
it
doesn't
is.
feel as bad because there's not a ton of blowout games.
Yeah, and you're not starting Dennis Schroeder.
yeah.
True.
Or Christian Wood. What a miserable team. God, I'm so glad I don't have to watch that team anymore.
Oh yeah, that was your
That was our Wheel of Fandom
oh.
team. They're complete garbage, man. It's so bad. Okay, Josh Giddey
Mm-hmm.
is in the Rising Stars Challenge,
Oh,
which will be fun.
yay!
That's about. I mean, I'm actually the not Rising Stars as much as the skills competition
The
thing.
skills,
you know
yeah.
what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
that one sounds kind of fun. I think Giddey's gonna kill that one.
Yeah.
And that's what isn't it? Giddey, Cade, Scotty Barnes, and who's the rookie team?
Yeah.
I think you're right with those so far.
Man, that's
How-
a fun collection.
That is really
man.
fun.
Do you think people are thinking Giddey could be Rookie of the Year?
No.
Would you think it's
No.
impossible
Definitely
because of how bad we are?
No, I think it's just because Evan Mobley's been that good.
How good would he have to do with the All-Star Weekend and all of his things? How good would he have to do to get
All-Star
some-
Weekend won't impact it at all.
even if he's
The vote, like half of the, I don't think people are
Just
really
because
gonna
they have-
watch.
You don't think the narrative starts turning at all? Like
just think
not
it's
turning.
you just think it's already decided.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean the Cavs are going to be a top 5 team in the East, and Evan Mobley's a huge part of that.
Yeah,
And he's also statistically putting up like it's not just that he's being carried by the team. Like
well, you have 2 rookies that are on playoff teams that are pretty big pieces. They're starters on playoff teams already,
And that's just
and Barnes and
Yeah.
Mobley.
and then Giddey's on a stinky
The Gi-
pile of poop.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's starting to get some Twitter clout.
Yeah, he is. I mean, you don't like 3 triple doubles in a row, playing like he did in Madison Square Garden. Like,
It was great.
the dude was. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
He's good.
He's real
Nobody's
good.
doubting that. It's just comparatively to Evan Mobley.
Is he him?
No,
Not yet. He's a guy.
He's a guy.
he's a guy. Yeah, you gotta wait. Somebody sent me a message that said that we should call it the hemisphere.
Oh, I like that.
I liked it a lot.
Getting into the hemisphere. Yeah. So the skills challenge, it is Barnes and Cade Cunningham on the rookie team. It's the Antetokounmpos with Alex, Giannis, Thanasis. And then
I hate Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Why?
you hate him.
I hate him because I get his top shot all the time, and it's
And you see
worth.
Antetokounmpo, and you're like,
and I'm
oh my
like,
god.
huh? And
Wow.
it's always him, and it's worth nothing.
It is worth nothing.
Yeah, I sold my one moment of his. I
Everybody
cashed out
does.
a top shot. I was done.
I'm in.
And then I bought right back in.
I'm in.
I got this like rare moment, and I was like, oh my, it like does the whole like rare
Mhm.
gold explosions.
Yeah.
Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon. And then there's the Cavs team: Jared Allen, Darius Garland, Evan
Oh, because
Mobley.
it's in Cleveland. I was like, why in the world is there a Cavs team?
Yeah,
I think the rookies win. Who wants to call it?
Rookies.
Mhm.
yeah. I think they have the best chance. I think that's the most skilled group.
Who's Duncan? Who's the dunk contest? Have they announced it?
Yeah.
That's all I care
They
about.
have. If
It's in 2 days. I think they will hopefully have announced it.
did they announce it?
No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Can
Let's
you-
take a guess. Obi Toppin,
Obi Toppin.
somebody from Orlando, I think.
Yes,
Um,
it's a guard.
okay.
He's small. You'd be like,
Cole
why is he in
Anthony.
it? Yeah, why
Yep.
is he in it? Yeah,
I didn't know he dunked.
he's dunked like 7 times this season or something like that.
Oh, he can dunk.
Give me some teams and I'll tell you who else it is. Do you know who it is?
The Rockets.
Oh, Christian Wood.
No, Christian.
Is it not?
Şengün.
Şengün. Yeah. You know who it is?
It's not any of the guys I would want to see in it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Is it Jalen Green?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it
tight.
is. Yeah.
And Golden State's the last team. Good luck with this one.
Hold on, wait for it. Jordan Poole?
No.
James Wiseman.
No.
James Wiseman hasn't played at all, and he's just
Andre
suddenly in the dunk
Beatrice.
contest. Andres Beatrice.
Beatrice,
coming
he's
back.
Juan Toscano Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the most uninspiring group of
I
dunkers
know.
maybe
Like,
ever.
I
I
don't-
Nico Mannion.
They're never good.
know, but at least you have
3-point
like,
contest
like
is
Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, which was fun. Like those aren't huge names, but they were at least fun. This
Yeah.
group is just like, who cares?
No.
Is how I feel about the dunk contest.
who's going to win?
They should
Who
have. They
cares?
They should have
Jalen
shut it.
Green.
They
Jalen Green.
should have shut it down after Blake Griffin dunked over the Kia.
I don't know, but then you would have missed the
Overrated
Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon.
I didn't need him.
I mean, that one was
Done.
It was
unreal.
incredible.
Once you've done that, there's really nowhere else to go.
That was an overrated dunk.
So
He jumped over the hood of the car.
He jumped over a car.
Yeah, but
at Deluge
shortest
Data,
way.
asked the question: what are your favorite All-Star moments before the Thunder moving to Oklahoma City and then post Thunder moving to Oklahoma City? Do you have? I mean, so what does the All-Star do for? Like, do you
No.
care at
I
all?
mean, like Vince Carter
No.
was really fun.
it's the only really memorable other than
Pre-Thunder.
when like they would bring like Jordan's last All-Star game and Magic Johnson when he came back. Like those were fun moments that I vaguely remember.
Yeah.
But most of that's probably from like documentaries I've watched in the last few years, And so, but the only one I really remember was Vince Carter's
Everybody was talking about
absolute insanity, Vinsanity, excuse me,
Mm.
in the dunk contest. That's pretty much all I remember pre.
it. Yeah. And then I'd watch the All-Star game, but I don't know, even as like a kid, it's like, oh, this is cool for like 5 minutes. And then you're like, realize that no one's trying. And you're like, oh, okay.
I used to be really into the All-Star weekend.
Really?
Yeah. Like when probably 2012-ish,
Yeah.
very into the All-Star weekend. Everything about it.
I
a whole thing. Like had friends over both days. and
Wow.
like, oh,
I
yeah.
vaguely remember last year's 3-point contest being a lot of fun, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm mostly out on All-Star Weekend.
I can't tell you what's happened the last 3 All-Star games.
Yeah.
My least favorite thing is when they inevitably, because they deserve it, put in guys that you're like, nobody wants to watch Dirk Nowitzki in the All-Star game.
I like that. I love that.
Like just lumbering up and down the court and shooting 3-pointers.
I just think it's nice.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
nice, but those are even the guys that are just like, I don't really need to play. You can just leave me on the sidelines. Like, let these guys dunk and throw the ball around, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
There were some good moments. There were some good Kobe LeBron James All-Star game moments.
Yeah.
Oh wow, some one-on-ones. Those were awesome. And then they just laughed at each other. That is what I like about the All-Star game, is it feels wholesome.
Shaq was always just trying stuff in All-Star games where I remember one time he threw the ball in between somebody's legs and caught it on the other side and then went and dunked it. Or one time he threw the ball off the backboard to himself on a free throw and dunked it.
Love that.
He's just out there trying stuff, which was fun.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Shacked and full.
He was shacked and a fool. I'm shacked and a fool. Yeah. All right. Well, this All-Star discussion has really ramped up the pod here.
Oh man,
I guess it does say a lot about
great.
the All-Star game, though.
Where we're just like, what are your favorite memories? It's like,
eh.
I don't remember.
The dunk contest is horrible now, and that used to be the best. It used to be better.
It shouldn't be the final event of Saturday night anymore.
What should be?
3-point contest.
Yeah.
No.
Still better than the dunk
No.
contest. Yeah.
Stop
The
it.
dunk contest sucks, and it's like they just start every dunk is a 50.
If they had the right guys in it, though, I think you
Yeah.
could get hyped.
I agree, but it should be, the schedule should change based on level of excitement for that event.
What are you excited for the 3-point contest this year?
Oh, baby, Luke Kennard's gonna just smoke these dudes.
He went 8 of 9 last night against the Rockets.
So tired of
So-
Luke Kennard.
Have you seen the roster, like the teams when they did the draft? I literally could not
The
care
TNT
at all. But no. I'm saying like
Oh.
who the actual teams are. Durant's team, although he's not playing, you have John Morant, you've got Jason Tatum, Trae Young, LaMelo, Devin Booker, Zach LaVine, like way more fun to watch than the other team. Other teams like legit basketball players. Like nobody wants those guys. Man.
Nobody wants that.
Giannis, Steph's always fun.
Giannis,
DeMar DeRozan,
Steph and Giannis in All-Star games have had some really good moments. Do you remember
Jokic,
that?
Jared Allen.
Do you remember that
Although
alley-oop
Doncic.
when Steph
how could
bounced
I
the ball
How
down?
could I forget?
I'm gonna be really good at explaining this, describing.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh no.
They were going down.
Okay.
There
From right
was
to left or left to right?
They were going down.
In my memory, it was right to left. Let's see what happened. Steph's coming down the left side of the court, closest to the camera. There's a defender between he and Giannis. Steph, boom, throws the ball down on the court. It bounces way up over a defender. Giannis, wow, coming down the right side further away from the camera, right to left as well. Oh, catches the ball in the air.
I'm lost.
And he dunks it.
Yeah, that was cool.
You remember when we had Luke do play-by-play one time on the podcast?
Yeah. Who's better?
Let's go say.
I don't know. It's tough competition.
Yeah.
Steph Curry comes down the side of the court that's closest to the camera. And 3-pointer. Boom. Boom. That's a hard bomb.
Guys,
Okay.
we're so excited.
We cannot wait for All-Star.
Cannot wait
Weekend.
for All-Star Weekend.
Andrew, will you watch any of it?
Yeah, I will.
Dude,
Oh,
no,
I will too.
spend time with your family, man.
yeah, my kids will want to watch the stuff happen. They love Josh Giddey. My kids are big Josh Giddey fans.
Who wouldn't be?
We actually, my youngest son actually says that when he eats a big meal that he is as big as Josh Giddey. He's like, I'm as big as Josh Giddey now.
Oh.
Wow.
He'll like raise his hands up in the air and be like, "Am I as big as Josh Giddey?" Like, yeah, man. He's like,
That's
"All right."
awesome.
That's
has
awesome.
he ever seen him in person?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all met at the Omni.
Yeah.
Because then he would know he's not. You need to tell him you're not as big as Josh Giddey.
That's true.
You're in fact much smaller.
We actually use it to get him to eat things sometimes.
Oh, really?
Where we're like,
If
hey,
you want to be like Josh
if you
Giddey,
want to
wanna
be
be-
as big as Josh Giddey, you
Yeah.
have to eat this chicken nugget. And he's
Uh-huh.
like, all right, let's do it.
Oh,
Wow. That's
Brilliant.
smart.
so smart.
So yeah, we'll watch it. There's Josh. They like Josh Giddey.
Okay, Luke.
Take John's factoid figure inventory. Take John's factoid figure inventory.
It's like I'm in charge of the pressing the button. I don't have that kind of
In
power.
charge of the butt. Hey, welcome to Tayshawn's Factoid Victory Dictory. I'm going to use this time to apologize to DeMar and praise.
Oh, really?
Oh,
You're actually going to do that. You're walking back years
I'm
of
not going to
hatred.
walk it back. I'm not going to walk it back. But I will say I apologize for hanging on to my hate this far into the season, and I've decided to let it go.
Wow.
He's been amazing. He just passed Wilt for the most games in a row of over 35 points while shooting over 50% from the field, which really is amazing.
And something that we've been waiting for somebody to do for a long time.
We've been counting the days.
So
right?
both Miguel Davila and Vangelo both asked a question about your take
Mhm.
of DeMar DeRozan. So,
and my take of DeMar DeRozan was not really pointed at his basketball play. It kind of was, but it was more about I won't get into it, but it was about something else. So here's I just have a couple of fun things about him. Do you know what his middle name is?
please be another D. Daniel.
It is another D. It is Darnell. DeMar Darnell DeRozan. Triple D's.
Oh, nice. That's because that's big.
Oh, that's big time right there. We didn't know that, did we? No. How is his name? How has his nickname not been Diddy?
Diddy?
I just feel like Diddy's a good nickname for him.
What is his nickname?
Debo.
Oh yeah.
No.
But I've never heard anyone call him Debo.
I like
it's just
Debo.
DeMar.
That's a Friday reference.
Yeah, it is.
And he's from
Compton.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Another fact about him. He has two children, one named DR and one named Mari. So it's kind of like his name.
Oh, I like that.
DR DeRozan and Mari DeRozan.
Yeah.
It's like he cut himself in half.
It'd be like if you had children named Tay and Lore.
Right.
Lore.
The law.
I can't believe Debo is his only nickname.
I know, it's kind of weird, right? Triple D's should have been diners, dive-ins, and
drive-ins, diners, and dives.
That's what we should call
great
him.
nickname.
We should call DeMar. God, what's his name? Fieri. Guy Fieri.
Guy.
Call him Guy. He's in him status. He's been amazing this year.
He is him.
He's not going to be an MVP. People were like, "Is Taylor going to apologize when he's an MVP?" He's not going to be an MVP.
What if he did,
That's
though?
crazy.
Yeah, at this point in the season, in 2017, we were saying Russ is not going to be the MVP. Like, he's not going to do it. Like, he's been good, but he's not going to do it.
Embiid's been so good, and he has so much momentum too right now.
So did Harden. So did Kawhi. Don't do it now. Just don't do it now.
I won't do it now. I'm going to be nice to
Yeah,
now.
You'll have
just
to
saying.
get
Nice.
You'll have to
I mean, that
jersey.
trade was absolutely
Okay.
blasted. Last
Totally.
year. Or not trade. Was it a trade signing?
Signing, yeah.
And it made sense to everyone. I mean, the hate of the signing made sense to everyone, right?
Universal.
Where it was like, what are the Bulls doing? They're just going to be a middle team again. They're going to squeak into the playoffs or be a 7 or 8 seed. And what's their future?
His counting stats are so stupid.
It's insane.
28, 5, and 5.
Mm-hmm. So I did find this out, though. 2 seasons ago when he was on the Spurs, he did have a better shooting season.
Yeah.
Higher true shooting percentage. So right now, I think he's at true shooting is 600. And on the Spurs 2 years ago, it was like 602. Somehow it was better than this right now.
Well, and it's just the narrative, right?
Yeah.
And the Bulls are good.
And he's shooting not a great percentage from 3, but the best of his career. I think he's at 34%, taking almost 2 threes a game, which is pretty crazy for him. And how does he's so good at long distance jumpers, like literally a foot inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, the worst shot in the NBA, he excels at, right?
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He hits it over anyone, like hand in his face. I've never understood. It's got to be a mental thing for guys like that, right? Where it's like they just know there's a line in front of their foot, so they can't hit it. But if the line is right behind their foot, they can hit it. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, good job, DeMar.
Wow.
Great job.
You have to feel, and I think this has been talked about before, and either on this podcast or somewhere else, but the Bulls have done such a great job of constructing the roster, and they actually have kind of kept afloat even with Caruso being out and Ball being out.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that over the trade deadline, the East got so much more stout has to be a little bit deflating for a Bulls fan, right? Like you had a thought like pre-trade deadline, man, this team, maybe they can get in top 4 seed, have home court advantage. Maybe they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals because, you play a Boston team that's obviously a lot better today after Derek White's addition and just kind of putting some things together. The Nets, in theory, will be better.
Mm-hmm.
I still think there's a lot of questions, obviously, with Kyrie, and then who is Ben Simmons? What does he look like? I think there's some big issues there.
There's pictures you can find.
Who is Ben Simmons?
You can,
and
find
then you have
what he
Philly,
looks like.
who in theory is also significantly better, and then you also still have the Heat. So all of a sudden, like the Eastern Conference became a gauntlet. Where, as a Bulls fan, before the trade deadline, you're like, dude, when everybody's healthy, we have a shot at
we
this.
could do something here. Yeah,
Now it's like, and every single series is
still
gonna
be fun though.
brutal.
I mean, the Bulls are a team that could knock out one of those teams in a playoff series, and you're like, wow, I can't believe the Bulls did it.
Yeah, they're constructed well.
Yeah.
Like I do like the way they're put together. So
yeah, the boys play so hard.
Wow. Yeah, this is a real growth moment for you.
Yeah.
It is. I'm letting go of some dark energy,
Wow.
DeMarc energy.
Take John's back to a bigger victory. Take John's back to a bigger victory.
I like to sing the harmony of that part.
Guys, I need your help. I need you to set a timer for 6 months and remind me to do something.
Congratulate your baby mama on the birth of your
not that.
firstborn child.
It's not that. It is this. Here's what I do every single year. I've done it for like the past 5 years.
Uh-huh.
It's a new year, so my time off at work resets. So I'm like, I have so much time off. I take all this time off. And then about 3 months in, I just overschedule myself. Right? Vacations, time off, doing that. And then at about, by about June, I'm like, well, I'm going to run out of all my time off. So I don't take time off for the rest of the year.
And then you have time.
And then I have extra time off at the end.
Goodness.
And it rolls over. And so I do it every year. And so in 6 months, just grab me and say, hey, take some time off.
Take some time
Take
off,
some time.
man.
Take some time for yourself.
Time off.
Take
I
a
hate-
load off.
I hate that I do that.
Oh.
I never take time off in the back end of the year. Will
That's
you guys do this for
all
me?
right. Hey, Andrew, set a timer.
Will you do this?
I just set a timer, 6 months, man.
Please.
I'll let you know on a Friday.
And guess what? You know what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to tell you? No, I'm too busy.
Yeah.
I don't have any time, but make me take time.
I can't do that.
No one makes you do
Make
anything.
Make me take time.
You
Please.
need to make yourself. Are you talking to us or are you talking to you?
I'm talking to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to play this and say, hey, man, take some time.
Hey, take a
And,
load
and,
off.
and me in the future is going to say, no, I don't want to do it. But I hate it about myself. What do you guys hate about yourselves?
What do you guys hate?
What do you guys hate about
Deep
yourselves?
dive on what you hate
What
about
do you
yourself.
hate about yourselves? I hate that
Hey,
about myself.
DeMar DeRozan is at 28-5-5 on the season. 57 players in NBA history have done that.
I have a question.
50
All 57
Taylor, what-
MVPs.
So what would you have to do? What would you have to do by the end of the year to get a jersey, a DeMar jersey? Well, how
You'd
would you
have
have
to win MVP.
MVP? We're
Yeah.
getting you a jersey.
And you can on the jersey though, the name is DeMar Darnell DeRozan Dickerson.
Here's the players.
Quad D's, baby.
Oh, can you even imagine?
Here's the players that have done it since 2017 that have had that stat line or better. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Luka, Giannis, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. That's the list.
Okay, so
DeMar DeRozan.
in tiers of players, top tier, DeMar isn't number one. But I think he's 1B with Kyrie in like that Kyrie tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean he is without a doubt, and he actually is better. I mean Kyrie's not even in that tier anymore.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's not breaking news, is it?
Oh, that's big time.
Yeah, can't believe it.
Kyrie? Like Kyrie
Oh,
probably
yeah.
shouldn't be the example of anything anymore.
Oh, baby.
Ooh, we got a hater.
Man. Oh, looks like someone's going to be apologizing to Kyrie in a couple years.
I would love the chance to. I would love the chance to apologize to Kyrie.
Let's do some Twitter questions.
Well, before we do some Twitter questions, why don't we just take a quick break?
Well, before we take a quick break, how about you listen to this?
And we're back from that quick break. Now it's time for some
Twitter questions.
Hey, our first Twitter question comes from @RoadCrew1, who wants to know, is Anthony Davis still a dude?
Oh, stop! No, he's definitely a guy. He's been hovering around the him guy range for a while, but
The him guy, right? The him. The
stratosphere of the
him and
hemisphere?
guy.
he's been
dude,
in the hemisphere. Before.
Dude is between him and guy.
No, dude is before guy. Guy,
No,
I'm sorry.
Somebody
I'm
didn't
sorry.
listen to the podcast.
guy is
Wow.
directly under him.
You even made a
I
graphic.
know.
for it.
I'm sorry. I don't remember. Okay, great. Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @ThunderButtface,
yeah.
who wants to know, if your life depended on you beating an active NBA player in a 1-on-1 game to 5, who would you choose to play against?
Teo.
I know.
Huh.
Kyrie, but it's in New York.
Oh, see,
Can't play.
So-
Boom, I
never-
win.
Never showed up.
I just won. I get to live. And you
Oh, this is left for dead.
and you die. Yeah.
You
It's
die.
just
If your
it's
life
nobody.
depended on it.
There's no.
if your life
If
depended
your life
on it,
depended on it, you just died, my friend.
yeah, you'd be dead.
Taylor
probably.
would cook you, man.
Yeah. Guys,
Like, who's the worst
It was a
NBA
joke.
player? Like, who is the worst NBA player?
Oh, I'd pick somebody that's super injured.
no,
Joe
you can't.
Ingles? No, he'd still beat me with one leg.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Joe Eagles would
DeAndre Jordan.
No.
couldn't score.
You get past him, Jake could cross him up.
No. No.
I'm just trying to think who's. You need somebody that's kind of old and broken down and maybe doesn't care.
Those guys would care more, I think.
You think?
Because they're like,
I feel like I
I'm
can kill
too-
this guy with a basketball game. Yeah, man.
Actually,
Yeah, he's like-
what we need is a humanitarian who
There you
knows
go.
who
Yeah,
knows that we're about
Yep,
to
yep,
die.
yep.
right.
Like, hey, listen, I'm gonna die. I have a family.
Yeah. Who would let
Okay.
you live?
Who is going to let, and what's their consequence if they lose? Do they die too?
No. Oh, well, we could make it that way. Who's the most
So what?
who
would sacrifice
like
themselves?
sacrifice
Who is
themselves?
the Jesus of the NBA?
Wow.
It's probably DeMar DeRozan, honestly.
God, it probably is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he would do it.
Kyle Lowry would be like, F you and your life and
Yeah.
your family.
Yeah, I would.
Destroying you.
He would take 2 threes and just poof, you're dead.
Yeah. He'd call, instead of calling game on that last shot, he'd be like, say hi to Satan.
Right? Dead.
Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @PanikedWaddle, who wants to know, when does a decision have to be made on Dort's extension? Is it pre-draft or post-draft? If they end up drafting Ivy, Sharp, Davis, how does that affect the Thunder's long-term plans for Dort?
Well, I think they can extend him starting in March at a certain number, and then they can through the draft. I mean, there's not a deadline there with him, so we'll see. I don't know I don't know what his agent's mindset is. If they want to get him to restricted free agency and just try to get the most money possible, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Ideally, he signs it here in like 3 weeks, and then he's part of the team. But if they draft another guard, to me, you still need more guards. So I don't think that it will necessarily affect that. I still think the thing with Dort that will affect how the Thunder move forward is how do they believe he fits with the guys.
Yeah, but either way, you're extending him and then using him as an opportunity to get somebody else.
Yeah, or you trade him on his current deal and let somebody else extend him.
Man, yeah, I just, as long as the value's there, it makes a ton of sense. And probably you have a likelier chance to get a better asset since he's so cheap currently.
Yeah,
but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Well, you could trade him to anybody, and then they could extend.
Everybody would have the space for that contract.
Yeah, because if a contender would want him, which lots of contenders should want him, then they want him on this deal.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
Or you could trade him at the draft for, I don't know what pick he would be worth in this draft. I don't know if like the Knicks or San Antonio would want him. Probably not San Antonio, but I don't know.
Atlanta.
We've been talking about comps for Giddey a lot. What's a Dort comp?
Marcus Smart is like the easiest one.
Oh, that was too easy.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question.
I've only said that 75,000 times.
Twitter question comes from @Red Sox Revert, who wants to know our best guesses on how many triple dubs Giddey has the rest of the season.
Giddey Tritty Ditties. Trying to get that one off the ground.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's
over under 3.
Over.
Ooh, over.
Especially if he's healthy the rest of the season. He just had 3 in a row.
But it was without Shea.
I know. We don't know when Shea's coming back.
Wow, breaking news.
Yeah.
Aggregate the crap out of that.
We don't know when Shea's.
We don't know. No, say we don't know if Shea's coming.
Yeah. We don't know. Yeah. No, I do. I believe he's coming back. But
I would guess 6.
Yeah, I think that's a healthy guess. Yeah.
I mean, Thunder fans will absolutely lose their minds if he gets 6 more triple doubles.
Really?
I feel like the way he's doing it though, it's very possible for him to get 6 more.
And he's chasing him a little bit. He's
Definitely.
He's gotten a taste of the triple double nectar.
He's got the bug.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the OKC's curse and blessing. This is triple double city.
Oh, and people are gonna. I can already hear people saying like triple double shouldn't count in this era of basketball, anyways. And it's going to just ignite this fire in Oklahoma City once again.
Yeah.
The thing that's so unique about Giddey's triple doubles though is the points are always the one that I feel like are the hardest for him to get.
Yeah.
Because he
literally didn't get one because he couldn't score 10 points.
Yeah.
But he's just giant. And so he's a great rebounder and aggressive the way he plays. Obviously his passing we've talked about before, but it's the scoring part of it. I bet he may be in the 20 range as far as assists if this team had anybody that could shoot the ball with consistency.
Jeez.
There were a few of them where it's like, oh, he missed so many assists because people just don't make him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, Shea could actually help him.
They just got to figure out how to play with Shea a little bit more off the ball. But
should that be the plan?
Plenty of time to figure that out.
I don't know.
Where are we at?
Yeah. I don't know what the plan should be, to be honest, because Shea is really good on ball. I would not like to be the one to have to figure that out because the fit is a little wonky.
Yeah, it's a little wonky.
Was that your reminder to tell Luke to take some time off?
Yeah, it was a little early,
bro.
All right.
You thought Luke said 6 minutes.
6 minutes. All right. Thanks, but hey, I appreciate it.
Hey, Luke, take a load off.
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, our next Twitter question comes from @Sean Cargill, who says he misses the power rankings and he wants us to rank these TV shows: Friends, The Office, How I Met Your Mother, Parks and Rec, and Modern Family.
Those wouldn't necessarily be in my top 5.
No, but that you have to rank.
He's asking you to rank those. I probably put The Office at number 1.
I agree.
Parks and Rec number 2. What would you put at number 2?
What else is a Modern Family?
I'm going to put Friends at number 2.
Really?
Friends is just watchable.
Classic.
And I think Parks and Rec, the farther away you get from Parks and Rec and it being on TV, I think the worse it gets.
No,
disagree. I disagree.
Office, Parks and Rec, Friends,
yeah,
Modern Family, How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, that's probably.
I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine.
Where do you put New Girl if New Girl's in there? Because it may be number 1 for me.
I put
number 1.
I put New Girl at right behind The Office.
Oh, dude, New Girl, man,
it is good.
It's so funny.
New Girl is my comfort show, not The Office.
Do you know what I've heard? I've heard. I have read this somewhere that in every episode of New Girl, they either say the word or there is a bear.
Really?
In every episode, either they say the word bear or there is like a bear statue or a bear on a book or a bear something.
Oh, so
Bear,
this is like
bear
the
or bear
What does
claws.
it
this
mean?
is like the Seinfeld Superman.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a bear in every single.
What does it
episode.
mean?
I don't know.
It's just
Bear with me.
Bear claw. That's why.
bear claw.
So you got to go back and watch it now. Your comfort show not so comforting now. You didn't know everything about it.
Uh-huh.
You're afraid of bears.
I hate bears.
All right, let's move on to our final Twitter question. Maybe. I don't know. It comes from @ZachDeeg,
Maybe.
who wants to know who is more likely to win an MVP or get votes in the future, SGA or Giddey?
That's quite a hedge there at the end of the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
It's like,
Or get
some-
votes.
Get the vote.
Just a couple votes.
I think it's Shea.
Shay. If it's next year.
Really?
I think it's Josh.
Oh.
Because if Josh could figure out how to score with consistency, he's enough of a weirdo to put up crazy stats. Like he could be like Russ was, where he's averaging a triple double, like 25, 10, and 11.
25.
If he figures out the scoring, yeah.
25.
If he figures out
Those
the
are
shot,
DeRozan
then
numbers,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah. Those are better than DeRozan.
We're talking
numbers.
DeMar numbers. Yeah. No, I mean, he could do that's not impossible for him.
I
What does
agree.
Shea have to? What would Shea have to do to get MVP?
I think he would have to have, like, I don't know what's a ridiculous, like 28 a game, and this Thunder team is in the top 3 or 4.
Yeah, I was going to say this team as a whole needs to be a lot better.
That's why I think Shea will be the more natural scorer. Is why, I mean, he is the more natural scorer, and so that's why for me, I think that you would just see a lot of that buzz for him as far as MVP comparatively.
Yeah,
But you're right.
know.
Like Giddey is going to put up some stats over the course of his career that are just going to be like mind blowing.
And the fact that he's only 19
Yeah, I know.
and doing all of this, his ceiling is insanely high.
Bye.
And oh my gosh, look at him.
He has door open. He's got the carpet stuck in it. And, okay.
Nope.
Come on, man.
Taylor's got a lot of problems.
Wow,
to
Taylor.
listen to this.
He has to go meet an electrician
Wow. For coffee.
for coffee. He just wants to meet one.
He's been wanting to meet
He
one
wants
for
to meet one.
years.
He really likes their work, admires their profession.
You know how they say never to meet your heroes in person.
He's about to find that out. He's about to find that out. They're not that interesting.
No, I think Shea is really good. I do, however, question if Shea is ever going to be like the primary guy on a like 60-win team. Like, do we believe that he is going to be the guy on a 60-win team? I could see Giddey being like the Chris Paul of like a 60-win team where he's not the leading scorer, but it's like, you know, like Josh Giddey's like the engine of the Thunder down the road, where like we have Shea who's scoring 20. We have whoever else they get,
Paulo
you know,
Banchero.
Paulo Banchero scoring 20, and maybe he's only at like 16 or 17,
But
10
he's the
and 10,
catalyst of everything.
but it's like he runs everything for them, and like he's the reason why they have the number 5 offense in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know,
I could see that. Highly efficient, low turnover. Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm not saying, and honestly, like both are very unlikely. You know, I mean, when it comes down to it, this isn't a like bank that Josh Giddey's going to get to this level or that this team is going to get to that level. But I could just see Josh being, I mean, to me, if you are this level of a passer, you don't not have the basketball like Nikola Jokic.
What if you're this level of a pastor?
Yeah, that's a
That's
great
true.
question.
What if he becomes that level of pastor?
Wow.
Yeah, Giddey is special, and I think that's the next evolution of this team. Though, is they've got to figure out. I think Shea can be an off-ball. I mean, he's really good with the ball in his hand, but I think there's a way to make that work. I'm trying to think of other teams that have figured out how to do that where it's not like a your turn, my turn kind of thing.
It's way easier to put Shea off ball than it is to put Giddey off
for sure. Just because of the shooting more than anything.
Yeah. Because I mean, and this also goes to, like, I asked for like a comp for Giddey, and people have been sending me stuff, and a lot of it's like secondary creators that they've been sending me. Like, I got a Hito Turkoglu, you know, like he's way better as a primary guy than Hito Turkoglu ever was. And I know that Hito Turkoglu had a 17 assist game. I'm aware of that now, but it's
did they bring that to your
attention? He was a shooter too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's not a guy where you're like, man, we need somebody to run the offense, and it's Hito Turkoglu.
No. I think you have to start with somebody who's the primary distributor for a team.
Yeah. So far, there's not a good comp.
Chris Tall. I like that one.
Chris Tall.
Chris Tall.
Somebody called him Chris Tall.
Hey, guys, I have a question for you.
What is it?
Are you miffed and are you peeved?
Miffed
and peeved.
Because I'm freaking miffed.
Are you miffed?
No, not that miffed. I had bad Chinese food last night.
From where?
I don't want to put them on blast.
You put them on blast, man. This is your time.
Red Dragon on May. Wasn't great.
It wasn't that hard to convince
Wasn't
you.
great. No, it wasn't great. Their fried rice was bad.
That's
sometimes my favorite part.
That's really disappointing.
No. And
What'd you go with?
I don't know. They didn't have what I like. I like Hunan chicken. They didn't have Hunan chicken. So I said, what's like that? And they said something.
And it wasn't.
It wasn't any good. You know, just like, their hot and sour soup was good, but it's kind of hard to mess up hot and sour soup, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then I had the rest, and I was just like, fine. So it's in my refrigerator. I'm going to throw it out today. No good.
I'm a little miffed. Jay, I just found this place, The Fix, over here in
I know.
Edmond.
Now it's shutting down.
It's closing.
What is it? What is it?
It's a burger joint more than anything. So
Yeah.
but they have burgers and sandwiches, some platters,
burgers.
Fantastic restaurant. But they couldn't.
It's
They
so
haven't
good.
been able to find consistency as far as like workers, and like it's shut down 2 or 3 times over the last year.
Yeah,
But
I'll
man,
tell you.
they are a fantastic
It's
restaurant.
so good. I've gone since I found out they're closing. I've gone 3 times.
Yeah.
Maybe it's actually they're not, and it's just a ploy to get
That'd be a
people to
brilliant
go
way
there
to
a whole
do
lot.
it.
Like closing
You know what?
soon.
We're gonna stay open for another 2 weeks.
Better come in the next 2 weeks because
I'll tell you what
It's been packed every time I've gone.
I know it's so good.
It is a good idea.
You should go, L man. You gotta go.
The odds of that are low.
You gotta go, L man.
Here's my miffed and peeved. Qdoba in Stillwater has been closed for 2 months.
Qdoba?
Qdoba. Yes, that's how you say it.
That's not how you. I mean, that's how you say it.
Qdoba.
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 Is there a U in this?
There's a U in there.
There's
somewhere.
not.
There's a U in the
It's
word.
literally Qdoba. That's how you spell it.
Yeah, Qdoba.
Yeah.
That's how I say it. It has been closed for months. I've stopped going because
it's closed.
I stopped going.
Yeah. And before, man,
Qdoba. You are enunciating all sorts of different parts of that word. Qdoba.
Wow. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Enjoy All-Star Weekend. We'll talk to you guys again on Monday.